Good evening, everyone. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you did something that truly scared you? Something that made your heart race, your palms sweat, and your mind scream, I don't think I can do this. The truth is, most people live their lives in a box, a safe, comfortable box. They follow routines, stick to what they know, and avoid anything that feels uncomfortable or uncertain. But let me tell you this, your growth, your potential, your extraordinary life, none of it exists in that box. Your comfort zone might feel cozy, but it's not where your dreams are. Your dreams live out there in the unknown, in the challenges and the moments when you step beyond what you think is possible. Getting out of your comfort zone isn't just a suggestion, it's a mandate if you want to live a life of fulfillment, joy, and purpose. It's where you'll discover strength you didn't know you had. It's where you'll find opportunities you never imagined. And it's where you'll meet the person you're meant to become. So how do we do this? How do we break free from the chains of comfort? Let me share with you 6 key principles that will ignite the fire inside you and push you into action. Break the pattern. Breaking the pattern, it's where transformation begins. Listen, if you keep doing what you've always done, you're going to keep getting what you can't always gotten. Comfort zones are like quicksand. They pull you in and keep you stuck. And the only way to escape is to disrupt the cycle. Think about it. Every day we wake up and fall into the same routines. We brush our teeth the same way, eat the same foods, think the same thoughts, and take the same actions. And then we wonder why our life doesn't change. The first step to breaking out of that comfort zone is shaking things up, interrupting those patterns that keep you trapped. You've got to change your state. Right now, get up, move your body, jump, scream, dance, do whatever it takes to ignite your energy. Why? Because motion creates emotion. When you move differently, you feel differently. And when you feel differently, you act differently. Breaking the pattern isn't just about physical movement, it's about how you think too. Most of us have mental patterns that play on repeat. I can't do that. What if I fail? I'm not good enough. Stop IT. Those are lies. Those thoughts are part of the pattern that's keeping you small. To break free, you have to take control of your mind. Ask yourself, what's one thing you can do right now that's different? One thing that feels uncomfortable, but will shift your energy. Maybe it's waking up an hour earlier tomorrow to start a new habit. Maybe it's reaching out to someone you admire and asking for advice. Maybe it's saying yes to an opportunity you've been avoiding. It doesn't have to be a big step. It just has to be a step. Because the moment you break the pattern, even in the smallest way, you prove to yourself that you can. You create momentum. And momentum is everything. Every breakthrough starts with a decision to do something different. And once you make that decision, you've got to commit with every fiber of your being. No hesitation, no second guessing. You move, you act, you lead. Because the longer you wait, the more that old pattern will try to pull you back in. Let me ask you, what's the pattern in your life that's holding you back right now? What's the one thing you know you need to change? Be honest with yourself. Identify it. Call it out. Because you can't fix what you don't acknowledge. And once you see it, you attack it with full force, with absolute certainty. You don't tiptoe around it. You smash through it like your life depends on it. Because guess what? It does. Breaking the pattern isn't just about improving your life. It's about reclaiming it. It's about stepping into the person you were born to be. Let me tell you something. You have the power to rewrite your story, to create a new pattern, a new identity, a new destiny. But it starts with this moment right here, right now. So what are you going to do differently today? Reframe fear as a compass. Fear. It's a word that sends shivers down your spine, isn't it? But here's the truth most people don't want to face. Fear isn't your enemy. It's your greatest ally if you learn how to use it. Fear is energy. It's a signal. It's the universe telling you, hey, you're about to step into something that matters. Most people feel fear and run in the opposite direction. They think fear means stop. They think it's a warning to retreat, to stay safe, to stay small. But let me tell you something. Fear isn't a stop sign. It's a compass. It's pointing you directly toward the thing that will make you grow. Think about it. When do you feel fear the most? It's not when you're doing something easy or familiar. It's when you're standing on the edge of something unknown. It's when you're about to stretch yourself beyond what you thought was possible. That fear you're feeling, it's proof that you're alive, that you're human, that you're on the brink of a breakthrough. What if, instead of running from fear, you leaned into it? What if you said, thank you, fear? Thank you for showing me where I need to go. Because fear isn't there to hold you back. It's there to wake you up. It's there to tell you this is the direction you need to move in if you want to grow. You've got to reframe how you see fear. Fear isn't weakness, it's strength. It's not a reason to stop, it's a reason to charge forward. When you feel fear, it means you're stepping outside your comfort zone. And let me tell you, nothing extraordinary ever happens inside that comfort zone. The greatest moments of your life, the moments that define who you are, they all come with fear. Whether it's starting a business, pursuing a dream, having a tough conversation, or taking a leap of faith, it's scary. But it's also where you find courage. And courage doesn't exist without fear. Here's what you've got to do when fear shows up. Don't push it away. Get curious about it. Ask yourself, why am I afraid? What's the worst that could happen? What's the best that could happen? Most of the time, you'll realize that the fear isn't real. It's just your mind trying to protect you. It's your old programming designed to keep you safe, but safety doesn't lead to growth. Fear is fuel. The more you lean into it, the more powerful you become. You've got to make fear your partner, your guide. Let it challenge you. Let it sharpen you. Let it push you to become the person you're meant to be. Imagine standing on the edge of a cliff looking down at the vast unknown. That feeling in your chest, that's fear, but it's also excitement. It's possibility. It's the promise of something greater. The leap is scary, yes, but it's also where you'll find your wings. So the next time you feel fear, don't hesitate. Don't doubt. Don't let it paralyze you. Instead, step forward. Use it. Follow it. Let it show you where the magic happens. Set stretch goals. Let me tell you something right now. Small goals lead to small lives. If your goals don't make you a little uncomfortable, if they don't challenge you, if they don't force you to grow, then you're selling yourself short. And here's the kicker. You're not just playing small for yourself. You're playing small for everyone who's counting on you to rise. So what's the answer? You've got to set stretch goals. Goals that are so big, so audacious, so inspiring that they pull you forward. Stretch goals aren't about what you think you can do. They're about what you must do to become the person you're destined to be. Think about the goals you've set for yourself in the past. Were they safe? Were they within reach? Did they allow you to stay in your comfort zone? That's not a goal, that's a checklist. And checklists don't change lives. Stretch goals, on the other hand, do. Stretch goals are the kind of goals that scare you. They make you doubt yourself for a moment. They make you think, how am I ever going to pull this off? But that's the point. They force you to tap into a level of creativity, resilience, and power you didn't even know you had. Here's the thing. When you set a stretch goal, it's not about whether you achieve it or not. It's about who you become in the process of chasing it. Because when you push yourself beyond what you thought was possible, you unlock a version of yourself that's stronger, smarter, and more capable than ever before. And don't tell me you don't know what your stretch goal should be. Deep down, you do. It's that thing you've been dreaming about, but telling yourself is too big, too crazy, too far out of reach. It's the vision you see in your mind that makes your heart race, the thing you can't stop thinking about, but haven't had the courage to go after. That's your stretch goal. But here's the catch. Setting a stretch goal isn't enough. You've got to back it up with action. Massive action, relentless action. You've got to commit to it like your life depends on it, because it does. Your stretch goal is the gateway to the life you're meant to live, and you don't get there by dabbling. You get there by going all in. Now, let's talk about the voice in your head, the one that says, but what if I fail? What if I can't do it? Let me be crystal clear. Failure isn't the enemy. Playing it safe is the enemy. Not trying is the enemy. When you set a stretch goal, failure is just feedback. It's a lesson. It's a stepping stone to success. And don't wait for the perfect moment to start, because it doesn't exist. Start messy, start scared, start unsure, but start. The act of moving toward your stretch goal creates momentum. And momentum is the most powerful force you can have on your side. Stretch goals aren't about what's realistic. They're about what's possible. They're about breaking through limits, smashing barriers, and rewriting the story of what you're capable of. So what's your stretch goal? What's the big, bold, audacious dream that's been sitting on your heart? Whatever it is, stop holding back. Declare it. Own it. And chase it with everything you've got. Embrace failure. Let's talk about failure. Yeah, that word nobody likes to hear. But here's the thing. Failure is the best friend you never knew you had. It's not your enemy. It's your greatest teacher. Most people spend their entire lives running from failure, avoiding it, doing everything they can to play it safe. But what they don't realize is that in avoiding failure, they're also avoiding success. Let me make something crystal clear. You cannot grow, you cannot evolve, and you cannot become your best self without failure. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of the process. It's the price of admission for an extraordinary life. Think about the people you admire most, the ones who want to achieve greatness, the ones who've changed the world. Do you think they got there by avoiding failure? No, they embraced it. They faced it head on. They fell down, they messed up, they hit rock bottom, and then they got back up stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever. Failure is feedback. It's life's way of saying you're on the right track, but there's something you need to adjust, something you need to learn. It's not telling you to stop, it's telling you to keep going, to keep refining, to keep growing. Every failure is a stepping stone, a building block, a necessary part of your journey. But here's the catch, you've got to shift your perspective. Most people see failure as a dead end. They think, I failed, so I must not be good enough. I failed, so I should quit. That's nonsense. Failure isn't a dead end, it's a detour. It's a redirection towards something better, something greater. When you fail, don't ask why me. Ask what's the lesson? What is this experience trying to teach me? Because there's always a lesson. Maybe it's resilience. Maybe it's patience. Maybe it's a new strategy or a better way of thinking. But if you're willing to look for it, failure will always leave you with a gift. And let's get one thing straight. The only real failure is not trying at all. Playing it safe, staying in your comfort zone, refusing to take risks, that's the real failure. Because you're not giving yourself a chance to grow, to learn, to discover what you're really capable of. Here's what you need to do. When failure comes, and it will come, don't let it break you. Let it build you. Let it shape you. Let it fuel you. Stand up, dust yourself off, and say, this is not the end of my story. This is just the beginning. You've got to wear your failures like a badge of honor. Every scar, every setback, every mistake is proof that you're in the arena, that you're fighting for something that matters. Because the people who never fail are the ones who never try. Failure isn't something to fear, it's something to embrace. It's a fire that forges you into the person you were born to be. So stop running from it. Stop avoiding it. Face it, welcome it, and use it. Failure is your ally, your teacher, your stepping stone to greatness. Surround yourself with risk takers. Let me ask you something. Who are you spending the most time with? Because let me tell you a universal truth. Your environment shapes you. The people you surround yourself with will either pull you up to the heights of your potential or drag you down into mediocrity. If you're spending your time with people who are afraid to take risks, who play it safe, who live their lives in the comfort zone, guess what? That mindset is contagious. But here's the good news, so is the mindset of risk takers. If you surround yourself with people who think big, act boldly, and are afraid to go after what they want, you'll start to absorb that energy. You'll start to think bigger, act bolder, and live with the same unstoppable drive. Risk takers are different. They're not afraid to fail because they know failure is just part of the game. They don't settle for the ordinary, they're chasing the extraordinary. They look at challenges and say, bring it on. And when you're around that kind of energy, you can't help but level up. Here's the thing, risk takers see possibilities where others see limitations. They see opportunities where others see obstacles. They see growth where others see fear. And when you're around them, they'll challenge you to see the same. They'll push you to think outside the box, to step outside your comfort zone, to go after what you really want, not what's easy, but what's worth it. But let me warn you, being around risk takers isn't always comfortable. They're going to challenge you. They're going to call you out when you're playing small. They're going to push you to dream bigger, to take action, to do the things you've been avoiding. And that's exactly what you need, because growth doesn't happen in comfort. Growth happens when you're stretched, when you're challenged, when you're pushed to your limits. Think about the conversations you're having with the people in your life right now. Are they talking about dreams, goals, and possibilities? Or are they stuck in gossip, complaints, and excuses? If it's the latter, it's time to upgrade your circle, because you can't soar like an eagle if you're surrounded by chickens. Start seeking out people who inspire you, who motivate you, who make you want to be better. These are the people who will lift you higher. Find mentors who've achieved what you want to achieve. Build relationships with peers who are just as hungry for success as you are. And most importantly, avoid the naysayers, the ones who tell you to stay safe, to settle, to stop dreaming. And let's be real, surrounding yourself with risk takers doesn't mean everyone in your life has to be a billionaire or a world changer. It means surrounding yourself with people who are willing to try, who are willing to put themselves out there, who are willing to take the leap. Because it's not about where they are, it's about their mindset, their attitude, their willingness to grow. Here's the magic of it. When you're around risk takers, their courage becomes your courage. Their vision expands your vision. Their drive fuels your drive. It's like a chain reaction, a ripple effect. And before you know it, you're not just taking risks, you're inspiring others to do the same. So look around you. Who's in your inner circle? Who's influencing your thoughts, your actions, your life? If you don't like the answer, it's time to make a change. Because if you want to play a bigger game, you need to be around people who refuse to settle for less than greatness. Condition your mind daily. Your mind, let me tell you, is the ultimate battleground. Every single day, you're either training it to move you closer to your dreams or letting it drift into mediocrity. There's no in between. If you want to live an extraordinary life, if you want to achieve things you've only dreamed about, you've got to condition your mind every single day like your life depends on it, because it does. Think about it. You wouldn't go a day without feeding your body, right? You wouldn't skip meals and expect to have the energy to conquer your day. But how many people go days, weeks, even years without feeding their mind? They leave it to chance, letting negativity, fear, and doubt creep in and take over. Let me make this clear. Your mind is like a garden. If you don't plant seeds of empowerment, gratitude, and possibility, weeds of negativity, fear, and limitation will take over. Conditioning your mind daily is how you make sure that doesn't happen. It's how you stay strong, focused, and unstoppable. So how do you do it? You start with rituals, because rituals are the backbone of transformation. It could be as simple as starting your day with gratitude. Take a moment every morning to focus on what you're thankful for. Why? Because what you focus on, you feel, and what you feel becomes your reality. When you live in gratitude, fear and scarcity have no room to grow. But it doesn't stop there. You've got to flood your mind with empowering beliefs. Read books that inspire you. Listen to podcasts or speeches that ignite your soul. Surround yourself with people who challenge you to think bigger. And every single day, ask yourself powerful questions like, what am I excited about today? What can I do right now to make progress? How can I show up as my best self today? And then there's your state, your physical and emotional state. Your body and mind are connected. If your body is sluggish, your mind will be too. So move, get up, get active, get your blood pumping. Motion creates emotion. The moment you shift your body, you shift your focus. And when you shift your focus, you change your entire outlook. But here's the thing, conditioning your mind isn't just about pumping yourself up. It's about preparing yourself for life's challenges. Because let's face it, life will knock you down. You'll face setbacks, disappointments, and failures. But when you've conditioned your mind daily, you're ready. You don't crumble under pressure, you rise. You've got to train your mind to see problems as opportunities, to see challenges as growth, to see failure as feedback. That's the power of conditioning. It doesn't just make you feel good, it makes you unshakable. It gives you the resilience to keep going when others quit, the courage to take risks, and the focus to stay on track no matter what comes your way. And let me tell you, this isn't something you do once and forget about. This is a daily practice. It's like going to the gym. You can't work out once and expect to stay fit for life. You've got to show up every day, put in the work, and build those mental muscles. So what's your ritual? What's the one thing you're going to commit to today to start conditioning your mind? Whatever it is, make it non-negotiable. Because the quality of your life depends on the quality of your mind. And the quality of your mind depends on how you condition it every single day. Now, let me leave you with this. Life doesn't reward those who play it safe. It rewards those who are bold, who take risks, who dare to be uncomfortable. Step out of the shadows and into the light of your potential. Your best life is waiting for you, but you have to go get it. So stand up, decide, and declare, I am done with comfort. I am ready to grow. Let's do this together. Say it with me. I will grow. I will rise. I will conquer. Now go out there and crush it.